Hello and welcome to another video of Wusik Station version 8. I'm going to just do an overview of every option on the interface so you can start with this video and have a very good idea of what you can do with Wusik Station version 8. The first things to notice is that you have a file browser here on the right. You can hide using this button here, show and hide. And you can also adjust the size if you wish using this triangle here at the bottom. Then you have the layer chainer. So you can have multiple layers, and each layer can have a different type of synthesis. So let me add a new layer. It shows me the sample player, wave sequencer, tree oscillator, super oscillator, drawable oscillator, and audio looper. The audio looper is the only one that will require an external audio input so it can sample and you can use this sound. It's kind of sound like a vocoder, but it's different. So let me start with the sample player. So now I have two layers here. Layer 1, drawable oscillator, and layer 2, the sample player. And for each layer, you have the layer settings here. The filters can have no filter at all by using the bypass option. Then it's going to not have any filter. Or you can add other filters here. And you also can select if you want to parallel process the filter or is going to process in series. And then you have the mix and volume for each filter. Another aspect is here at the top, the logo. You can click to select different skins, adjust tool type timing, the oversample. Oversample is going to set all instances to the same oversample. So you have to be careful because it's going to use a lot of CPU if you set several instances and, for example, set oversample to 16. The key shortcuts, idle timeout, skin refresh rate, and other options, including the disable limiter I'm going to show you in a minute. Panic, if you have some stuck keys or something bad happen, you can use the panic to reset the whole synth. And the about box, which shows the version number and some other information. So if I go on the master area, currently I'm on the layers. I can go to the master area. Here I'm going to have my effects, the send 1 and send 2, as you can see here on the layer settings, and an insert effect per layer. So each layer you can have multiple insert effects here, and you can have more than one. So here now I have 2. Base low pass filter, studio reverb. And the same thing happens for the send effects 1 and 2. And I also have the master limiter here, which I can disable on all instances by selecting disable limiter here on the global menu, or I can just disable for this particular preset if I want. I have the master tune and MIDI channel, semi-tuning and fine tuning, stereo panel, output following for the master. And then I have the modulation matrix and the MIDI modules. So what happens here is that each layer has its own modulation options here. Let's say on the first layer, I'm going to add an LFO modulation, the filter frequency. So it's very simple to set up. And then this modulation is going to going to be part of the drawable oscillator. If I go to the sample player, you can see there's nothing here. So each layer has its own modulations. And everything here is per layer. So I can have an arpeggiator on the first layer. And then on the other layers, I don't have anything. Let me select the sound here.
Mike, November, Alpha, Bravo, Alpha, Bravo.
Just a quick overview of the modulations here. We have the modulation envelope, which you can add several modulation envelopes. And LFO is the same thing, you can add several LFOs. Just have to remember that the LFO has an option which you can select positive only output, otherwise it's going to be -1 to +1. On another video I explain this a bit better, but essentially it's that some parameters can take negative values while other parameters can't. You have to just test it out. It's not going to crash or anything, just not sound right. The modulation sequencer is a polyphonic sequencer that's generated per key, which can be used like a modulation envelope on the modulation matrix. Then you have the other things that are MIDI based, like key switching and stick keys. And then you have two MIDI channel selects here that you can use for the modulation and aftertouch. So it's very easy to use. It's very hands-on. And most parameters you can just right-click it and select Learn MIDI controller. And it's going to be saved on a preset. Let me see what else I can tell you quickly here about Wusik Station version 8. But it's pretty much this, and they are going to have options for each type of layer. For instance, the drawable oscillator is locked right now. I have to click here to unlock it. Now I can edit, and I can select several options to improve. My home menu is not showing this video because it's cropped here at the bottom, but we have a soft, smooth, and soft, sharp option for when you draw something. The sample player is very easy to use. You can, here on the file browser, just select something here. And you just select sounds here. They're going to replace the current layer, because the sample player can have multiple layers, which can be selected on the modulation matrix using the waveform morph type. You can even create some sort of vector synthesis or wave sequencing here directly. But we have also the wave sequencer. The wave sequencer alone requires a video just to explain how it works. But we have already done some videos about the wave sequencer. But I'm going to do some new ones because more is always better. And you have the other types, layers. And some layers you can right click on the name and select special options for the layers. So this is a hiding option here. And here at the top, where you see the preset name, you can use next and previous preset. Depending on the preset you selected, it's going to scroll all the folders and subfolders of that preset. But you have the option to save a preset directly here. Or you can just go on Preview, right click and ask Save Preset. Another very important option is that you can link other folders here on the file browser. Just select Manage Extra Folders, and you can add another Wusik Station data, Wusik Eve, user files 1, 2, and 3. I have done this, so I have my other sound sets for Wusik Station here. my other presets for Wusik Station here, because I have added the Wusik Station data, and then it's going to add the presets and sound sets for the Wusik Station data. I also have my user files, which are some of my drum loops and other things. I didn't have Wusik here, but I could have added that too. But this gives you a very good idea of how to start up with Wusik Station. And each layer, some things that are important to notice that all the envelopes are now graphical envelopes, and they're very easy to use. You just click on a section and drag, or you left click to do a zoom in and out with the left button, and the right button, let's see, is going to screw that area. Where's the middle button? Let me see. What's happening here? It's Control Shift click. I'm having a problem with my mouse that's not working correctly. But I'm going to check it out. You can also adjust timing here. You have also the audio input that you can use unison. You have the zones keys, low key, high key, and velocity low and high. And also the monophonic parameters and the high quality option. So there is a lot of things to take a look here. And I'm going to try to do more videos as possible to showcase all these options. And I just hope I get some feedback from users to know what else they want to know about Wusik Station or how it works, so I can give you better videos for the next time. Thanks for watching.